everyone! Welcome back to the CAF Convos podcast, where we get down to the nitty-gritty aspects of student life. We have new main episodes every other Monday and new sub-series episodes on the Wednesdays in between. Make sure to follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to drop a follow on our Instagram at CAF Convos Podcast. Enjoy! Hey everyone, welcome back to another Cafeteria Conversations podcast, Rants edition. So I'm Ella, and today I am joined by Kayla and Anna. Woohoo!
Woo!
And we are going to be talking about our childhood and the cringy moments that come with it.
I try so hard to block out that era of my life.
Yeah, we're gonna dig all of it up again today.
Oh man, I took like 2 minutes to write down a couple topics, and I had to like sit down and breathe. I just unearthed so many memories.
A bit of context for everyone listening. Me, Kayla, and Anne have known each other since elementary school. We went through a lot of the cringy phase together. I think we were like peak like cringiness. I think we're qualified to speak on this. I think we could add this to our resume. I think we have so many.
No, yeah,
we went through everything.
Between the three of us, we hit all of them. like Wattpad, Musically, Tumblr,
Roblox.
We were in every single category possible to do this.
All right, so do you want to talk about how we first met, our origin story?
Yeah. Okay. So we met in grade 6. Should we do you want to do like our first memories of each other?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So start.
Yeah. Sure. I'll go first. Okay. So I moved to Ella and Anna were both already at this the school that we went to in elementary school, and I came in grade 5. But in grade 5, I wasn't friends with anyone in my grade. I was friends with all the grade 6s because I knew someone from outside of school. But then our school for some reason ended at grade 6, and then you'd move to another school. So in grade 6, I had no friends. So we had this kindergarten pen where like grade 5, 6s could like go and like help with the kindergartens, and I was like, I have no friends. I'm gonna go spend time with the kindergartners. But then there was another girl who was there who was friends with Ella at the time, and that's how I met Ella and another girl, and this was like the first, I guess, group of girls that I was friends with in grade 6. And my first memory of Ella was we laid on the concrete and we played this game called Ha, where we just laid on each other's stomachs, and you go ha, and you feel the person breathe, and then you go ha, and then this person would breathe. I don't know what that is, but that was my first memory of Ella. Although Ella said she met me, she said she saw me in grade 5 when I came to visit the school.
Yeah. Okay.
And you tried. Yeah.
I was in the music room with my friend, and my friend really liked to sing or whatever, and then I got dragged into it. So there were people playing instruments in the music room, and then my friend was there singing or something. And then I remember you and your dad came in for a tour or something, and our principal or someone was there. And I was in the music room with them, and then my music teacher's like, okay, can you guys perform for them because they're coming to visit our school? So I stood there with my friend while random kids were on like random drums and instruments, and we sang a song. I don't remember what song, we just sat there singing for you.
I don't remember.
But yeah, I remember seeing you again next year, and I was like, oh, that was her that I had to sing for.
Yeah, my first memory of Anna was in gym class. I know Anna doesn't remember this, but we were sitting down in gym class, and we had to go partner up with someone. And there was this other girl that Anna was really close with. And sorry. Hold on, yeah. There was another girl that Anna was friends with, but I didn't realize that, and I was friends with this other girl, but I didn't realize that Anna and they were friends. So I was like, oh, finally, maybe I have a friend. And then we said partner up, and then Anna and that other girl partnered up because, they were friends, and I just remember seeing that, and I was terrified of Anna in the 6th grade. She was very cool to me. I was, like, scared of her. So I just walked away, and I found another partner, and that's my first memory of Anna.
Disclaimer, I was not cool.
No, you were! You were so cool to me!
I remember...
I don't know about my first memories of you guys. I know Ella, I was in Ella's class in 5th grade, and she was really quiet and friends with, like, quiet girls. Well, at least for the first half. And then
really?
we had a bus stop together. And we would have to get off at the bus stop and just kind of like silently walk home as our parents like picked us up sometimes. And then my mom would keep asking like, "Why don't you talk to that girl? Like, why aren't you her friend? She's in your class." And I was like, "It's just not like that. But why do we have to talk? We're just on the bus."
I remember I was so intimidated by you when we were walking home together.
Right?
Yeah, okay, no, because it was like,
No, and it was
because
so...
I had no idea who you were. I thought you were like, I don't know. I thought you were like really mature. And I was like, oh, no way she want to talk to somebody like me.
Yeah,
I thought you were like really mature, and I don't know, because you seemed like really stoic and smart
put together.
And I was like, oh man, I gotta walk home with her. I don't know what to do. What am I gonna talk? If I talk about like puppies or like cupcakes, what she's gonna make fun of me? I don't know. Because like. I don't know. Because I don't know. I kind of knew the people. Like I knew the people I was friends with, right? So I was like, oh, I know what they liked, but I had no idea what you liked. I was like, oh, I'm so nervous. Oh,
Yeah.
and then I would see your mom and you walking together. Sometimes I'd be like, oh my god, her mom is here. Oh my god. And then I remember your mom. One time my grandpa came to pick me up and your mom was there, and then your mom was like, "Oh my god, hi! Do you speak Cantonese?" But then my grandpa didn't understand what that meant, so he just kind of went, "Ah, yeah," and then your mom started talking to him in Cantonese, and then my grandpa didn't know what was happening. He doesn't speak
Mandarin, right?
Yeah, but he like kind of knew, but he just didn't know how to respond to someone asking, "Hey, do you know how to speak Cantonese?" Because he doesn't know how to speak.
I think Anna was just like really put together. Like grade 6 me was just like, wow, this girl like she accessorizes, her hair is so nice, she wears lip balm, like wow.
It was likely because I think my mom chose all my outfits. Like, by the time I was able to choose my own clothes, I would just pick clothes that I thought you guys wore because you guys were so cool to me, and I was like,
Oh.
no, these shoes don't look like what the shoes they have.
Oh.
And then I got like knockoff versions of like Converse because you guys had Converse.
Oh.
I remember my fashion back then. I remember it had these like cable knit sweaters, and then they were like, I think they were like, one was burgundy, one was navy blue, and another one was black. And for some reason, I was like, I have to balance this out with a really fun, bright color. I had pink bike shorts that I wore all the time, like neon pink bike shorts, and then I had these like light.
I don't remember these.
I wore these neon pink bike shorts, and I would be like, okay, because this is so bright, I have to wear a neutral, darker, like a mature color, so I don't
she's
seem
been a fashion guru since day one.
But I would pull up to school in like a black like button up and like pink black shorts, or like I had these like pink jeans. They were like, you know,
oh
those,
my gosh, me too.
They were like really chunky white jeans that they look like someone took really chunky white jeans and was like, I'm gonna pour fruit punch on these and put it in a basin of fruit punch, and pulled it out and said, okay, Children's Place, do you want to buy this from me? And then I remember you had these pink ombre to white ones that I really wanted. I was like, Kayla's such a fashionista.
Okay, wait. So on the topic of clothing, context, before I came to public school, I spent my whole life in uniform.
Yeah,
so I didn't
same.
know what fashion was. And even after that, like, I was never not allowed, but like, my mother would never buy like Abercrombie, Justice, Aeropostale. So I was at Children's Place until like grade 7 when I fully was like, I couldn't fit into the biggest size Children's Place had anymore. And that's when I started shopping. And I did like what Anna did. Like, I was like, Ella buys stuff from American Eagle. I'm gonna go to American Eagle and buy stuff. But yeah, my mom was one of those parents that was like, you like this singular style of things, let's buy it in every color.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like blue, like not like dark blue, like teal blue, dark purple, bright pink, red, and the white to ombre pink jeans, and I just wore them. Like monochrome was just the thing. And
I don't know if any other immigrant kids or like can relate to this, but you know when like in the mom group chat when there's like a new trend, they go crazy for it, and it's always like a really cutesy like Hello Kitty or like some random like cartoon that you have no idea what it is, but it's like, oh my god, it's so cute. And then they like go out and buy like branded, like it's not like a brand, but they just buy like bucket loads of things with that little cartoon on it, or like whatever trend. Like one time it was pom poms. I remember all the Asian moms in the group chat went crazy for pom poms. They would buy bulk of that and be like, "Oh no, it's so cute. Trust me, I know what the trends are." You know what the trends are in mainland China. I don't. So I remember in grade 4, I would pull up to school and like, oh, I don't.
Yeah. You know what? I think I would designate my cringiest year to grade 7. Like I think I don't know, maybe for you. I think collectively grade 6, grade 7 was our cringiest.
I think as a grade 6, I was cool for grade 6. But being cool for a grade 6 is not that like not an achievement.
In hindsight, no grade 6 in the history of the world has ever been cool.
Yeah.
But at that time, Ella was extremely cool.
Ella was one of the coolest. I think you could ask anyone that you went to elementary school. Like Ella was considered one of the coolest girls at our school because she like. Go for it.
I did a survey on Instagram. I asked people to like answer questions, and it was like, what was like your first impression of me? And all the people from our like, I don't say this as okay, maybe it's a subtle flex, but they were like, this girl is the coolest girl in grade 6. I was that girl in grade 6.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, because you would pull up with like you were just well dressed always, and you were so cool, and you were like unapologetically yourself, and I was like, wow.
Girl boss moment.
Yeah, no, she was like such a girl boss. Like,
I paved the way for all cool girls in grade 6. That's me.
No, grade 6 Ella ran, so grade 7 me could walk. Tell me. I feel like
that contributed is probably that also I was really short, so I thought you guys looked really tall, and I thought that was because like the kind of shorts that you wore, and so like I don't know, like short shorts, because I wasn't allowed to have short shorts, either. And I was like, Mom, I just want to look tall. Like,
I can attribute that to my mom. Cool. My mom never went through the whole like, wow, you too revealing. It was just like, I don't know, I attribute that to my girl boss mom, never telling me what I can and cannot wear. But I remember in grade 6, we were obsessed with looking like teenagers because, okay, I'm gonna tie this into Wattpad. We spent a large amount of time on Wattpad, goodness. And every single Wattpad book we read, it took place when the characters are like, oh my god, it's so crazy. They were in grade 10 and 11, so we're older than those characters that we read about right now. Goodness. But it was all like, Skylar Gray was in grade, she's in grade 11. She wore
junior.
Yeah, she wore a hot pink crop top in denim booty shorts and Converse, and she had her hair in loose, bouncy curves. So that was like what we wanted to be.
That was the peak.
Yeah, we wanted to be these high school Wattpad girls. I know, so one of our friends wrote an entire like fanfic of our lives, like us as grade 6s.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Ella did too.
No, hey, no, mine was.
It was a phase that we went through.
Yeah.
Where we were.
Yeah, my biggest flex when it comes to Wattpad is that I didn't. Okay, I don't want to say that's a flex because I don't want to put down girls to do this because it's like. It was like a phase we went through. It's like, yes, it's cringy looking back in hindsight, but like we had fun doing it and it was harmless. For the most part. I wrote, I really enjoy writing, and I hate the fact that I have to attribute my Wattpad story to the starting of me writing. I had a 40,000 viewed story on Wattpad for like 2 years about street fighting.
I remember.
I thought it was super well written.
It was not. And it was.
I remember the main character's name was like Kristen Stewart, and I was like,
it was.
Isn't that like a fully real person? Did you name it after Kristen Stewart?
No. Oh my god, yeah, Whoa.
Yeah, you know, it was like Christine Stewart, but like
it's Christine Stewart, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like, did you spell Stewart Stuart or Stewart like
Steewart? I sat because one of the first books I read on Wattpad ever was a street fighting book because I went to like genre and then action, and that one popped up and I was like, I want to do this, and I went on like name generator I think for the first time, and I was just like, yeah, 1, 2, here we go.
Nice.
And it was like 20 chapters, maybe like 1,000 words each chapter, and like for some reason it got like a lot of views for like some really crappy writing.
No, but it was, the ideas were good, like maybe there was no grammatical structure, but the imagery in your head as you read it was very good. It was very like it was I don't like I think it's funny to like look back at our Wattpad books and be like, oh, it was so bad. But you know what? We were creative. Like if you think about like the plot and the ideas that we had, we were creative.
No, well, that's the thing. At the end of mine, because okay, I had like our friend group, because we were like, because everyone was writing Wattpad stories, and like,
Oh.
it wasn't just girls. I'm gonna put that out there now. It wasn't just the girls. But they all wanted to be in the stories, so I had to create all these characters to satisfy our friends who wanted to be in it. But then I didn't develop them at all, so I ended up just killing them all off.
Oh.
I had like this massive like shootout, and like all of them died.
I remember writing Wrong Shade of Blonde. It was basically this girl was like, oh, I'm dating this mean blonde guy who's like a bleach blonde, but oh my god, look at this dirty blonde guy. Oh my And I remember you were obsessed with one of the characters, and I would write scenes for you for that character because it was like, I think oh my god, it was like they were having a sleepover and someone had like a unicorn wallpaper in one of their rooms, and like, oh, I called the unicorn room, but it was so
funny to me.
Oh yeah, another thing that made Ella really cool is that she was really funny. At least for 6th graders. Yeah.
Ella,
what can I say?
And her writing was really funny too, and yeah, we very much enjoyed her books because of the quirkiness that she put into the characters.
I remember we had like we were in the same friend group, but I feel like we were on different ends of the friend group. Do you know what I mean? Because you were friends with,
yeah,
like you were in that class, I was in this class, because we had 2 grade 6 classes and we were in the different ones. So
I felt very much like the middle one between, because it was like Anna and like that group, and then there was Ella and this group, and I went between both of them, and then eventually they kind of conglomerated at the end of grade 6, and then fell apart for grade 7 because
I remember my friend, we really wanted to write like a superpower book, like because I think we were in that time when we were kind of like into Marvel. I don't think Marvel exactly, but just like books or like stuff with like superpowers. Like I don't know if you read Lorien Legacies, anyone listening, but I think we were obsessed with it. And then I remember people were too scared to swear in our grade, but I think I was fine with swearing, so we would write these books about like teenagers with superpowers going on missions, and then my friend would be like, Ella, can you add swear words into these? So I would take her iPad mini, and then I would go on her notes document that she typed it up on, and I would go through and add swear words because she would be too scared to add them in herself.
We used to, I remember, okay, I don't know if anyone else did this when they were younger, because like my parents were not like, they didn't encourage swearing, but like they also swore at home, so they weren't gonna be like, you can't swear, right? But I remember like as kids started, like, you know when you're in like the 6th and 7th grade and you learn what swear words are, and suddenly it's like in every sentence of your vocabulary. But like I had friends whose parents like didn't want them to swear, so we would like encode messages in our Google Hangouts chats, our Google Hangouts. So it'd be like, this blueberry muffin baguette, like the apple, like it would be food names, and they would just mean different swear words so that we could swear in chat.
Yeah, and we also use these codes for like people. Oh, alongside Wattpad and our fashion inspiration from it, I think Kristen Hancher from Musical.ly. I know, Kayla, you were obsessed with Kristen Hancher.
Because we had the same birthday, and she was Canadian, and she could do gymnastics. And I was like,
yeah, she's from
well,
like,
I thought she was really cool too.
Yeah,
she's so
like
cool.
her Musical.ly like she was so like animated. Good. Yeah, it was like perfect. I was like, oh my god, I really want to make Musical.lys like that, and I would try my best. But I remember making them and then putting like the black and white filter on them, and I remember recording it in 2x speed in my hallway outside my room because the lighting was the best there. Just in like, one day when the sky is falling.
Can I just say, Ella and one of our other friends were fully the people that like taught me how to use social media, because I didn't have social media until like grade 5, but I don't count grade 5 because I was very much in that phase of I posted pictures of like goldfish.
I remember your username was like lemon meringue pie or something for a while.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That was one of them, and then, well, I mean, Ella had like,
no, they all okay. they were bad, But I think it
But
built.
they were cool for us.
Yeah,
They
it
were,
was like
it was cool
like a
to
cool
me.
grade 6 username. Wow, look at me go.
No, you were very much like a cool girl. And oh my gosh, yeah, Musically, I think I had like 300 followers on Musically. Because I was a public account, and B, I didn't show my face ever. I only showed the bottom half of my face. Because I was like, I'm too scared to show the top half.
I remember one time you were talking about how you were making a Musically, and then your dad walked in, so you really quickly put your phone down, and then because of that, like the transition, you like put your phone back up again, and instead of like moving your phone with your hand, you just kind of propped it up and you were sideways, and you just kind of did like the arm things. I remember your dad walking in, and
Really?
yeah, you're like, oh my
I don't
gosh, my
remember
dad
this.
walked into my room, and I had to finish my Musically. I don't know how though, and then you were like, okay, I'm just gonna do it like this. The dedication to Musically you had to keep
Anna,
filming.
Anna had a couple Musicallys. She only had like one or two, but they were so good.
I did not have one or two. I don't know. I don't know if you remember. I did a lot of them, and I would do like multiple ones to the same audio.
Oh yeah.
Because you guys didn't do lip syncs to funny audios.
Yeah, I remember you did one that
but
was like
I would, and
They
it
were
would be
funny.
like Vine audios or just
Oh my
like
goodness.
I don't know, like comedy
I remember there was one that was like
Central.
you made one that was like, what does the fox say? Like that thing. And then there's a gunshot. It's like shut. It was like you going, what does the
Oh,
fox
yeah,
say?
oh,
And then
yeah,
and there would be
yeah.
a gunshot, and then you would like fall over and pretend like you were
Oh.
dead, and then you would turn the camera on and it'd be you like, shut up.
I don't
no.
know. I was like really animated with
I
his
feel like
comedy face.
I feel like you two were like on opposite spectrums of cool in middle school. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like you're both
No.
cool, but like in different ways. No, Anna was really
I don't
cool.
know how.
I thought you
think
were
so.
like artsy cool. Like you were definitely artsy cool. I remember
Mhm.
like you would draw lynxes and I'd be like, oh my goodness, how do you
Oh,
draw like
Lynxie.
that? I remember you
Yeah.
shared a Google Doc with me and a bunch of other people of your rainbow unicorn.
Yeah. Also, I didn't have social media, so I would just like if I said something like, "Oh, I made this thing," and people were like, "Really? I don't believe you." I'd be like, I didn't have any way to show them except
Oh.
share a document to their school accounts with a picture of you and the. So I went to like Color Me Mine or something. I don't know. And I one time I did a rainbow unicorn, I guess, and I shared a document to multiple people.
It was
Probably some of which didn't even ask. That was like a me and the pottery or whatever.
I remember
Do you
you
remember
had like
Anna making the document with the chat
Yeah.
as like a chat?
I don't remember that.
It was like all of the girls in our grade. Anna made a document, and she's like, "Okay, pick your color. We can talk here."
Was
And
it
it was like
all? It was a few groups. I don't know.
it was like a good
But
chunk of the girls in our grade.
It's just
I
some of them were too cool to use it.
I feel like I definitely did
some
not
just
know
weren't.
how to use it because I don't think I saw your rainbow unicorn until we started okay because we didn't really use Google Docs and stuff like the Google Drive things in grade 6-ish.
Yeah, it was grade
Oh, that's
7.
true.
Yeah, so I didn't see your rainbow unicorn until like grade 8 or grade 9, and I was like, what is this? And I opened it, and it's just you holding your rainbow unicorn. I was like, what is what? And then I was like, oh, I remember one time we were walking back on the bus stop, and you were telling me about it, and I was like, oh, and I was like, okay, send it to me, and then you did, I guess, but I never saw it or something.
Oh.
But I remember like not knowing how to use Google Drive and stuff, and like, I didn't know how to email people like off of that thing.
Email.
So I would make documents and type out my email there and share it with them, and it would be so stupid. I also remember, yeah, that's okay.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know if you can see it.
No, because she has her picture. We'll post it. We'll do it with the personal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, you can see people wrote under it on the doc. Why did you send this to me? And then I said because it's a rainbow. And then one of them said your face, Anna. And then Ella says I like it, Ella.
Wait, check the
And I
revision
said-
history. Check when I sent that.
I said, oh yeah, I'm so epic, aren't I?
Oh my
Epic,
gosh.
awesome, Anna.
Grade 6 slang. Do you remember that phase when everyone would spell hi, H-A-I,
Hi.
and bye, B-A-I?
No, because I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't think I did that. I
I
think
fully did that.
I
I
used
fully
to
did that.
email between my friends. And yeah, I did that,
Yeah.
and I used so many emojis too. Like
I remember we
the
would.
real ones will remember when Gmail had animated emojis,
Yeah,
and they
like
were
the
like,
little one with the little
Yeah,
tongue, like
yeah.
they were like little
Yeah.
blobs, and they were just in the corner. Like
Oh my goodness.
I
and they were
remember,
like skin color, the emojis.
I only remember the blobs, like the yellow blobs.
Well,
Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
that Google still has those ones.
Okay,
Maybe.
yeah, for people, okay, I don't know when this stopped because I don't know of anyone younger than us that talks about this, but maybe we were like one of the last years where like you just emailed your friends like before like
Mm-hmm.
I had this like 240 long email chain with someone in 6th grade
Yep.
before
Yeah.
before like texting became a thing, and it was just like so you would just like it was just a full email with like one word in it.
Yeah, and like okay, bye. Like
Bye.
that was it. I don't know if you said that. I remember
Um,
okay, I don't know if anyone else. I was obsessed with making emails because I was like, oh, I want to have a really cool username for my email. So I had like 5 emails. It was like totally awesome 339 or peace
Oh my
and
goodness.
love 447. I was like, what is
What was the Jaguar?
Jaguar? And then it was my bus number after it, like the school bus I took to go home. It was Jaguar and then my bus number
Uh,
541.
that's how you remember? Oh.
It was 54123 because I like the number 23 or something. And then but it also worked because 123. I thought I was like a wizard for coming up with that. But
I'm not gonna lie, grade 6 me probably thought you were really smart for that too.
Oh crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was thinking about my bus number now and I can't remember.
Yeah. I think I only had 2 cringy emails. One was dog lover MS2003 because I liked dogs and MS stood for the names of my 2 dogs. And then I had blueeagles@icloud.com, which I had for such a long time, and it's still technically my main email account. But I learned how to put like a different like I think iCloud calls it like a pseudonym on top of it, so that when I was like, because I attached that email to everything, so when I was applying to university, I would never put Blue Eagle. Okay, so PSA, if you're younger now, make a good email with your proper name now, so you're not applying to jobs in university with Blue Eagles at
Yeah.
iCloud.com.
Like, oh, I love it when on my school's like student council, I'm kind of in charge of like sending out emails to people and stuff. I remember a few years ago or last year, we used personal emails, and I loved seeing who still had their like middle school email because they would like send me their email like, oh, I'm really sorry about the username. I made it when I was like 5, and it would be like dog pink sparkles 33943732 dog woof,
Yeah.
and then.
Yeah.
It'd be so funny. I love seeing people's old usernames, like especially on Snapchat. People had like
Oh my gosh.
like there was always like a textile adjective like sparkle, bubble, fluffy,
Yeah.
and then like a random obscure cat like a jaguar, leopard, lynx.
Yeah.
It was
Oh my gosh.
always that combination.
Do you remember? I think this was probably like, and then after that was like grade 6, and I think grade 7 you transitioned into substituting random vowels in your name for X's.
Yeah. Like
Like,
or you just really wanted your entire full name as your username, but you can never get it because you have such a generic name.
haha, I didn't have that problem.
I remember like okay, no, I think we wanted like our names but like not our names. Like cuz I had the whole Ellie thing.
Ellie, yeah.
Yeah. I remember one time I was convinced I was going to be like a track star. I don't know what was going through my head. And
You read it?
track star. And I was convinced I was going to be a track star. So I was like, you know what? What animal runs really fast? An alpaca. And you know what? Alpaca kind of sounds like alpaca. So my name was
Is that where that came from?
Yeah, and I thought it was so funny. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm an alpaca. I'm so fast. But I don't even think alpacas are that. I don't know.
I really want to go back. Actually, no, I don't. I say I do, but I think I would actually cry if someone answered this question for me. But I want to go back to like some of the people we went to school with in elementary school, and I want to be like, how terrible were we? Because another big thing that I can remember in middle school was like cliques and like
Ooh.
naming your cliques. Like we just took the first letter in our friend group and we just made a word, not even a word.
Like an
And just-
acronym. Like, you know
Yeah,
how
it's
like UN means United Nations? Like we had like I remember. Oh,
Kayla, Anna, Ella, friend. That was our like.
yeah, and then we'd like
Our
say.
names were mostly vowel names. So
Yeah, we had like
Kayla would be the only consonant.
we had like I think we would have like double letters because there were two people with E's, so it would just be imagine like PETA, like the animal people, but like with two E's. It'd be like that. We would just have random words, but we would just shove in two E's because it's like, oh, we have two friends with E's, and then we would always like spend a lot of time choosing which one we wanted to be. And for some reason, the other girl with the E name, she was like, I want to be I want to be the second E because it's the third letter in our acronym, and I want to be the middle finger. And I was like, what? Okay, sure.
Oh my goodness.
It can be the middle finger. I remember there was like a whole discourse about which E was me. Oh man.
Oh, we would like.
We'd have slogans for it too. Like, what about that
Yeah.
panda licking lollipops or something?
Oh, that was so. I don't know. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I remember me and this other girl in grade 6. We came up with this like. I guess we wanted to. I think we watched Mean Girls like once, and we were like, we're gonna be like the plastics, like, but nice. But we weren't nice because it was a terrible idea to do, like, to make cliques and be so like exclusive. Like, I understand that, like, I fully. Okay, yeah, but I was 12 and I had never had friends before, and I was like, yeah, this is a good idea. And we were like, people would try to make cliques and stuff, and you'd have to like apply to be a part of that group. I don't know if you guys ever remember that. That was like terrible, absolutely terrible. But oh my gosh,
I was in like a really weird friendship thing with someone, and I remember like I had to like we had to be best friends. But then once in a while she'd be like, "Oh, I want to replace you," and then she'd make a whole contract for another best friend and show it to me and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna give this to so and so," and then be like, "Hello, what?"
really?
Yeah, and then she'd be like, "Okay, if you really want me to stay your best friend, you have to do something for me," and I'd be like, "Okay," and then I have to give her like a pen, like a mechanical pencil that was like really nice.
Ella be fully manipulated while
Yeah.
10 years old.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
you know what? I think it's okay. And then in grade 6, I got close to someone else. I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm not gonna give you another mechanical pencil. I don't care.
Go boss.
No more. And then Ashley got so petty. Oh, there was so much drama between them. And then she would like be like fake nice to my other friend, and then there'd be like a whole drama
goodness.
thing. And then when we switched schools in grade 7, I don't know how they did the classes for grade 7s because we were convinced that they like sat down and planned the classes, like, because us three and then my friend, we were all in the same
grade
class.
7 was definitely.
No, because
Like-
grade. Okay, because we were in separate classes in grade 6, so the fact that the 4 of us ended up in the same class in grade 7 was fine. But I remember all of us at the end of grade 7 was like, there's no way they're gonna put us in the same class because we knew we were loud and like kind of rambunctious.
Yeah,
So
like-
they're obviously gonna split us up for grade 8. So we're like, hopefully it's 2 and 2, you know, so like we're not alone. And then we got it, and all four of us were in the same class, and every single loud guy was also in the
it's okay. There's a type A kid and there's a type B kid, and especially in a gifted program in middle school, you can tell the difference. And it was very clear that there was some sort of intentional divide, that whoever was planning the classes did that.
Yeah, like
And
they
so that's
put the
why we all
problem
ended up
kids
in
in
the same
class.
class again.
Yeah, and we were
Poor
so
teacher.
hated.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The teacher for our grade 8 year left on mat leave, and they gave the teacher who came in as the long-term teacher. It was her first like long-term teaching job. Like she was brand new to teaching as a whole, and they gave her the
Like we were the problem
quote unquote
class.
problem
Yeah,
class
'cause
grade 8 gifted kids.
Most of the kids
Like-
in that class were known for like not like being loud, like talking to their friends, not doing the work, and like
Yeah.
there's no way that every single one of those kids were in the same class. You know what I mean? I remember
Yeah,
we
like-
spent a lot of time thinking about the way they split up our classes. I remember in grade 7 we were like, because we were in the 6-7 split, and we were like, oh yeah, they put the dumb kids in this class so we could be with the grade 6s, and then we were talking about how the smart kids got put in the 7-8 split, and then like the average kids got put in the 7 class. We were going through the whole we were like super determined that there was like a reason we got put in the same class, but it was like they definitely kept friends together, like in the
Yeah, they
classes.
tried
They
to.
definitely so. I think that's
But, you know,
like
I don't know, because I find like grade 8 was like a really tumultuous, turbulent, maybe that's a better word, year. Because I remember for a lot of us, it was really upsetting to constantly be disliked by teachers.
Mhm.
we had 10 different teachers, like literally 10 different teachers around the course of the year because of just the way that they decided to split up course teaching.
Yeah, I think they were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And at at one point, like every single teacher either just lost it and full out yelled at the class, or they cried.
Yeah.
So it was very problematic. It was kind of discouraging. Everybody was kind of disappointed in themselves, but it's like, what can we do?
yeah, like,
What can we do?
Because like it was also just like we were just a class of kids that the way we learned was very much through conversation, and
mhm.
teachers just couldn't handle the fact that we all wanted to talk constantly.
Yeah.
Which, like, to be fair, there was a point in the year where a lot of us kind of, I think, we just got really fed up and we're like, fine, if you want to call us the problem class, we'll be the problem class. Like,
Oh,
I think there was a good, at least I had that mentality. I was like, fine, if you want to be this way for us, like, I'm not gonna keep trying to like impress you. But we had a couple good teachers, like our art
Yeah.
teacher. If she ever listens to this, like, I loved her.
Our music teacher was
still
kind of
miss
nice
you.
too. I remember
Our music
he
teacher,
said like,
yeah.
"Oh, I don't hate your class. Your class is really funny," or like, "Your class is really fun." And we're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
thanks." All the other teachers think we're like demon spawns, but thank you. He's like, "Yeah, no problem. I think you guys are kind of fun. You know, interesting. Always something happening."
It was the arts, always the arts teacher.
Yeah, arts teacher,
and
have the problem
our
kids
French
back.
teacher- No, not our grade 8 French teacher. Our grade 7 French teacher.
A great
Our grade 8 French teacher. I feel so bad for the way our class was with her, but at the same time, yeah. But that's also like, I think through all of that, like our friend group, we formed a really, like, not I don't know if I would say strong, but like we went through it together.
Yeah.
Like there's a bond there.
Like a majority of our class, we were like our like half of our class is like,
our friend group.
yeah. And even the people that weren't really in the friend group, we were still really close with, because it's like, oh, if you had to listen to teachers yell at you 24/7 for being stupid and bad, then, you know, there's like some sort of like alliance you have. I remember
Yeah.
at like the end of the year, we had like this whole like group thingy. There, like, for some reason, every time there was like an outing or like an event, there was always some form of drama. Like,
Oh
I
my
think that goes
goodness.
like throughout
Middle
throughout
school
middle
drama?
school. Yeah, and it was like really petty stuff. I remember someone getting mad at me for not being their best friend on Snapchat. But that's a different story. But like, just because small things, because there's no real substance to get upset over in middle school. Really, it's mostly
think-
just
Yeah.
like,
At
oh,
least for us, there wasn't.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like, mostly as a group, we were pretty like socially underdeveloped, and so therefore we didn't really know how to act, and we didn't.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that maybe our experiences with being cringy middle school is a little different, because we're gifted kids, and I feel like gifted kids are really like socially
Different
underdeveloped,
breed.
because it's like you're stuck with the same people for like all of, like, because I've been in the same class
Yeah.
as some people that in high, like I've been in Kayla and Anna's classes since like grade 6,
Yeah.
like I've known Anna has been in my like circle since grade 4, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Max has been in my circle since grade, like, you and Max, 6, yeah, because you guys came like
Yeah.
later. And I've been in like the same like environment as some people since such a young age, and like maybe like, I don't know, I feel like we're all pretty like,
I
at a young
remember
age we had no experience talking to people, because we saw the
Yeah.
same people every year, so it's not like you had to go out and make new friends. But then when you get to like, I guess, at the end of grade 6 we started talking to like the non-gifteds a lot.
Yeah,
You guys did. I was still antisocial,
And
because they were cool. Like they seemed like
but
Like-
we thought they were really cool.
yeah, like they were like
Yeah, 'cause,
mature, like, because
Yeah.
they were socially mature, because they had experience talking to people outside of their immediate circle, you know what I mean?
and,
And-
also
and,
like without the gifted
Like social
environment on
dynamics
it.
that are different.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
we didn't really have a lot of difference between people that we could kind of learn about,
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
like,
like
what other people are like.
because gifted kids are
'Cause-
all like, there's like 3 types of gifted kids, but they're all really really similar. So it's not like you're meeting like, I don't, you're just meeting like copies of each other that just has
At the end of the day, we're all bonded together by
Yeah.
our like fear of
Just one-
failure.
One piece of identity
Yeah.
that just
Because-
all of these
but
people just
I
have.
remember going into gifted because I was in private school for a really long time, like up until gifted. So like honestly, not much different to gifted. Like, but I remember really, really struggling to understand certain social cues and things like drama. Because to me, when I remember, I don't know if Ella would remember this, but I remember having conversations with you about like I don't understand why this drama exists. Why can't people like I was very like black and white on it. Like I was like, can we not just talk? Like why does this need to be drama? Because like I went through all of high school. I think there was maybe like one, maybe yeah. Like honestly, I can only think of like one big drama thing that happened to me in high school, and I wasn't even really a part of it. Like I was, but I wasn't. But the most of my drama happened in middle school. But it was such weird drama to be a part of. Because it was like Anna said, like there's no real substance to it. It was just like miscommunications.
Or like just like crushes. You know what I mean? Because
Crushes.
I don't know. Because I feel like middle schoolers are like really protective over their crushes. Like your friend could talk to your crush and you would lose it.
One of my friends kicked me once because I asked her crush a question in class.
Yeah, like I don't know. And it's like your crush is like this random kid that doesn't talk at all and just kind of sits there and does algebra. Like, what are you expecting to do? Like, are you expecting to have a high school high school Wattpad
You did
relationship?
though. You did.
Yeah, it's like oh my gosh, we're gonna go to the park. We're gonna be like so cute, and then we're gonna like hold hands in the hallway, bro.
Oh my gosh.
He has to ask his mom to like go on a walk. You're not holding his hand or visiting him at home. What are you doing? You're like 12. No one's
You know the thing? Like I look at some of the kids who are in middle school now and I'm like, how are you doing this? Like how are you out? How are you doing things that I wouldn't even do at like I don't know, like it's so I think there's been a big shift and I think I attribute part of it to like cuz I think our grade and our year was kind of on that cusp where you're like just before social media got like super 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 big.
Mm-hmm.
Like social media was still just like this thing that you kind of had, but it wasn't really like the core of everything. Yeah. But when I look at middle schoolers now where social media is like so much bigger, I'm definitely like I think there is a certain level of like adultification, is that the correct word?
No clue. You said a big
like
I
where
don't
you're like we definitely tried to be like 16 or something, but now I'm seeing kids who are like 12 and they're trying to be 21. Like, and I think there's a big...
Or maybe like we really wanted to be 16 but we couldn't, but they can be 16. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they have the resources to act like a 16-year-old as a 12-year-old, but we just kind of...
Like their I think... Yeah, and then I think our perception of what a 16-year-old was very different.
Yeah.
Like I think our perception of a 16-year-old was like, you go to the mall with your friends, you get matching clothes, you get friendship bracelets and that kind of stuff. Their perspective of a 16-year-old is I'm going out with my friends till 2 a.m. Screw my parents, like that kind of.
Oh,
it's very
speaking
weird.
of going to the mall with your friends, do you remember that one time we went to the mall and then we got matching tank tops or something? But then I think someone's mom had to like be with us the entire time, so they walked like
my
5.
Mom.
Yeah,
it was Anna's mom.
She walked like 5 paces behind us each time, and then like, I just. Because, you know, when you go to the mall now and you see, like, a group of grade 6s out and then, like, or maybe not now. I guess maybe when we were in, like, grade 8 and we saw, like, the kids who are 2 years younger than us going to the mall and, like, being us. And then you're like, how is this even, like, I can't believe we did that.
Who let us into stores?
Yeah, like, imagine, like, you're working, like, imagine you're, like, a high school student working, like, a minimum wage job, just trying to sell, like, hair ties at Claire's. And then this entire, like, little group of little kids come in like squeaking, tearing up your store, looking at all the bows, and then they
don't buy anything because none of us had money, so none of us bought anything.
I remember we had to get I remember there were 5 of us and then we wanted these bracelets, except these friendship bracelets, except they came in packs of like 2 or something.
They would always come in packs of 2 or 3.
So we would either have not enough for all of us or we had to buy an extra one. So I think we all just had. And every pack of, like, friendship bracelets or any, like, friendship, like, momentum we had an extra one. And it was, like, I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have a new friend.
I can remember, like, that's me now, though. Like, me at work, I see, like, groups of kids come in. And
you can always tell. You can always tell.
It's, like, this or I've seen kids who are, like, I would guess, like, not in high school, but, like, on a quote-unquote date. And they're standing like 3 feet apart from each other, and they're like, "What do you want to order?"
I always
love.
Really
that hungry.
I love seeing kids like. I love seeing kids like that, or just like knowing that in like 2 years they're gonna look back and cringe at like that's like kind of mean, but I think it's funny knowing that in a few years
No, I
they're
think
gonna
it's healthy.
It's satisfying for me.
yeah, like when you see like middle school kids like acting out or just doing things that are just universally considered cringy as like an older perspective,
Yeah.
it's like there's like peace in your mind knowing that they're gonna grow up and be like, oh, I can't believe I did that. Yeah, I can't believe you did that either. What do you?
But there's also solace in knowing that like you weren't the only one.
Yeah,
Like this isn't. I'm not bashing anyone for writing Wattpad stories. I did it. I thought it was really cool.
yeah,
And
it's
it was,
part of character development. If you,
yeah.
I think writing Wattpad books actually helped me
Yeah, writing
a
Wattpad
bit.
books is the reason I like writing.
Yeah,
I
like
learned I have no ability to do grammar.
like I don't know, as like a grade 6, what do you have to do with your life? You know, at least you're like using your writing Wattpad books and using your creativity and your ideas. You know,
That's
instead of just
true.
like
Yeah.
I think it was also like it was like I don't know. I think Wattpad was we keep circling back to Wattpad, but I think it's like a really
It was such a big part of my
do
life.
you remember when we would like spend a lot of time making our main characters? Like, do you remember when we used to make outfits on Polyvore for them? Like,
Oh
like
my gosh,
you made
Polyvore.
ones like this is what Kristen Stewart would wear. She was gonna assassinate
Do you remember when
somebody.
you would cast people?
Yeah,
Because Wattpad used to.
yeah.
Does Wattpad still have that? Like,
I
you
don't-
had the
I don't
ability
think
to
so.
cast people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, OG Wattpad users, you could like cast like Selena Gomez as
Mhm.
the oh,
I remember in the Wrong Shade of Blonde one, I casted that girl from the 100 that I forget her name, but I remember and then
Octavia.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
made like I know I know we make fun of it a lot, but the highlight of my day was going and making Wattpad books covers. I remember I would just like
Your covers were so good.
I
though.
would
Covers.
I would make books just so I could make like a cover for it. Like I would have an idea for a Wattpad book cover, and I'd be like, okay, we're gonna make a book for it. Like you know how it's like you would make a cover for a book. Like you come up with your idea for the book first, you would kind of write it out and then make the cover for it. No, I was like, I want this on the cover. How can we make it a book? And then I would go for it.
That's me with character names. I like to think of a lot of character names. Like I have a long list of just names I want to use, but I have no story.
Yeah, like okay, you know, do you ever feel like embarrassed when there's like certain names or certain like certain things that you like I guess I don't know, like do you like when people ask you like, oh, what do you like, and then or like what are some of your ideas, but then you feel like embarrassed telling your idea because it's like
Yes.
kind of cringy, like, oh, I don't know why I like the name like Sapphire Everheart, but you know what, it just has a ring to it. You know, we're just like, or like, oh, I don't know why I like freaking werewolf coming of age mate stories, but I do, you know, like.
Oh my gosh, werewolf.
Okay, but context, I actually don't. We're just like, cause like right now, I get into like a lot of. Sometimes I'm just sitting there like, damn, I want to read a good like. Low key, some of the Wattpad books we read, there was like good substance.
No, there were some good
Yeah.
Wattpad
I just
books.
wish they
Oh.
were slightly less misogynistic and with a lot better grammar. Do you know what I mean? Like
No, there were some books that were like genuinely good. Like I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, there was this one called The Cellar, and it was like about. Actually, okay, when I read this, it was genuinely good. I kind of want to go back and reread it to see if it was actually good. But like there were some books, like some of the books on Wattpad that went on to be published were like genuinely good, like murder mystery stories. I was like,
Yeah, because
'Cause,
it would be like adults.
adults,
writing
yeah, like there were
them.
actual adults on Wattpad who
oh,
just enjoyed writing.
I like the bad boy good girl ones, or like good boy
I
bad girl.
had a
ones.
lot of bad boy good girls.
I went
I-
back and I read one of them, and it starts off so it's like you can tell it was written by like maybe like a grade 8, grade 9 who had like some sort of self-hatred or like some hatred towards girls that weren't nerds. Like you can tell it was written by them. It was like I'm the good girl. Unlike these like bad word type of girls who only do this and this. I'm not like them because I have some sort of self-respect. And then I read them and I'm like, huh? I read this as a kid. And then you check the comments and they're all like 12-year-old kids agreeing with them, like, oh yeah, I hate girls like this. I'm like, man.
No, I blame Wattpad for my not like other girls phase. Like fully. Also, oh, you know what? We're in grade 12. Next year I will be going to res. I have hope that I will get to do my, how did I get roomed with a boy in res?
Or
The
like
roommate's trope.
like
I'm
there's
kidding.
only one
It's a
room
joke.
left and it's a you know, there's like, oh, we only have one room left, sorry. And then
they
and
were
it's like
roommates?
and it's like, oh, dang it. and we only have one, and it only has one
Only
bed.
one bed?
And it's only a twin size bed. Oh my gosh! I have to
Yeah.
spend the night with the resident bad boy Axel Ryder on a twin size bed. Ah.
Yeah. Who knows? I'll update you guys. I'm
Or
kidding.
do you remember the ones where they were like, oh man, I just like I guess
Like
like
you projected into them.
yeah
You
like
projected
like
into
this.
those characters.
I know I think you guys call some animes like slice of life animes, but like the slice of life Wattpad books, those like they're satisfying. They're not satisfying. I feel the urge to read them. I feel the urge to write them. I want to write a really snobby like girl high school romance boy bad
Do
boy.
it.
No,
Do
but I
it.
can't because every time I sit down and I think about it, I cringe so hard. But I
Do it without the misogyny.
there's a part of me that just wants to read a well written Wattpad book. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Do it.
No, I can't. I will cry. It's so I can't do it. I can't do it to
That's
myself.
me. No, okay, because I have this story idea. Because I really like reading like crime and like mafia stories, and like I don't have the money to feed those in actual books, so I'll like go online and like on Wattpad sometimes, and I'll like pull them out, and I'm like, these are so cringe. These are so bad. So I'm like, I'm gonna write it the way I want to write it, but I just don't have time. But
Was there anything?
Wattpad was.
Was there anything
Sorry.
else that we want to talk about, like in terms of cringy, like things that contributed to us being cringy kids?
I have one.
Mm.
I know we're kind of like almost out of time. Sleepovers.
No. Okay.
Ours-
Oh no! I don't want to do it.
Okay.
No, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Okay, do you remember, like, when you would sleep, like, not even sleepovers, but, like, any sort of, like, hangout where it was at someone's house,
Yeah.
where it'd be like, I dare you to message this guy in our class,
Mm.
and you would, like, message, but it wasn't, like, anything bad, it'd be like, I dare you to, like, message him blueberries.
Yeah, like I think I remember vividly one of us spamming someone with blueberries, and it was so
Oh.
random.
What?
Sorry to them. That was really weird of us.
Like we planned like back to Wattpad. We planned Wattpad activities to do during these sleepovers. Like we were like, oh, we're gonna make like ice cream and whipped cream. We're
we
gonna
had
like
a hat of like funny things to do, and we would draw them out. And the ones that you drew, that you would have to do them.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
some of them were like really weird, and like I wouldn't even do mine because I was like, no, I don't talk to people. I'm not gonna do that.
I remember
Oh
we
my
also
God.
had like photo shoots. I remember okay,
That was, like, grade 8, grade 9.
Who would wear lipstick?
yeah, I remember
No makeup, just lipstick.
Yeah, just lipstick.
I have a distinct memory. I think Kayla, you and me slept over at someone's house, and in the morning, 2 other people came because they weren't allowed to sleep over because we were at that age where parents are still like, oh, I don't know if I want you to spend the night at someone's house. You know what I mean?
One of them was Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed.
And then I remember in the morning we got up and we did a photo shoot and we didn't have lipstick, we had tinted lip balm. It was a very and the
I
night
had orange lipstick.
the night before I remember we were painting our nails and somebody spilled like a nail
Me.
polish into
Me.
the carpet of their
Me.
floor, and then we didn't know what to do, so we poured like acetone on it. We were trying to scrub it out, and we ruined our
Yeah.
nails because someone and then I remember in the morning we took these photo shoots and it was against like a white wall. And then we all had like we were like, oh, let's all wear pink or something. Let's all wear matching colors. But I don't think we
Oh
ended
my
up,
gosh.
I don't know if we ended up doing it or like some people just forgot. I remember I had this like
I have
salmon.
the photo somewhere.
I had a salmon pink tank top on that wasn't even mine. It was like the girl who we were sleeping over like at her house, her tank top. And I remember we took these photos and then we were like, I think she really wanted it to look like we had makeup on. So she went into like PixArt or something and drew on eyeliner and lipstick for some of us.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I think back then I was like, it was like somewhat believable, but I'm sure if we saw it now, it would look like some kid just went in with like the line tool on PixArt and just drew little eyelashes. But at the time, it was like semi believable, and I remember like we thought we were so hot taking these photos, like posing,
I
like
know.
you know, against the white wall, and our little
White walls were the thing, though.
Yeah,
Do you
and
remember
then-
that? Oh my god.
we do like silly faces were like a really big thing, or like we have one where we were making an infinity sign with our hands. I have no.
Confused me.
I have no
saw
idea
it
how we
go
did that.
out.
I think
How
about it
did
a
you do
lot. Yeah, I think I went one hand up and
I
then
think you go like this, like one hand, yeah, like that, and then you. Okay,
Yeah.
for listeners, Ella and I are trying to make an infinity sign right now.
but I kind of just look like I'm stitching like my arm. But I remember photo shoots are really big, and like I remember
But
like
we didn't do anything with them because there was always one person in the group who's like, I don't like the photo, and none of us were allowed to post it.
I remember I remember Anna making collages of them and then sending it to us on our school emails. When if you go through our my favorite thing to do is when I go to my shared with you folder thing, like the that part of the drive, I sort by like the earliest months, and it's just all things Anna was sending to us with like
Because everybody had other emails and social media, but all I had was my school email. There's even one of I know there's one that I emailed Kayla. I was like, Kayla, this is gonna be our email thread, okay? Like this is our chat, and then Kayla said, okay.
I smell chicken noodle soup.
After that.
Middle school is just a really awkward phase where you're no longer like a kid, but you're not quite a teenager. So you don't really know like do you? I remember there was a lot of like, should I be wearing makeup? Because like if I wear makeup, am I like weird? Because I'm trying to wear makeup, or if I don't wear makeup, like will I not fit in?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like.
I remember like
crop tops were a big thing, but they weren't even like crop tops. They were just
like
crop tops. Like if you raised your hand, your stomach would show.
they would just not be like if they were just not shirts that didn't go down past your butt if you stretch them out. Like that like our definition of a crop top would be like hip length or like maybe like a little higher than hip length.
Yeah,
I also remember in grade 7, no one else really wore makeup, but me and this girl, we were like, okay, if you wear mascara tomorrow, I'll wear mascara, and we were like playing. And I was like, okay, do you want to wear mascara tomorrow? Because it was like I don't know, because we didn't want to be the only person wearing mascara because we were like, oh, people are going to judge us for it. And then we would make a pact to both wear mascara. But then one of us would forget, and then there'd just be one person wearing mascara, and then they'd be so nervous the entire day. And I'd feel like, if I forgot, I'd feel really bad.
Solidarity.
Yeah, but if they forgot, I'd be so embarrassed. But it was so funny because we didn't really know each other either. Like, we had like maybe one or two mutual friends, and we were kind of like, I don't know, we didn't have a lot of similar interests or anything. We just both wanted to wear mascara. I don't know. It was so
as if the boys in our school would actually know what mascara was or recognize it.
Like, but it was it's a little comforting knowing that she would wear mascara with me even though we didn't really know each other.
Yeah, I don't know. Middle school is just like it's confusing. It's a lot of like, what am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be acting? And you're trying to like, your parents are like kind of enforcing rules on you, but at the same time you're kind of gaining independence.
Oh, do you remember when like certain people would like really act out against their parents, or like or like you would kind of break some of the rules? Like looking back, there's some things that you did, you're like, oh, you're so stupid, I can't believe you did that. Like there's definitely things I did, I was like, I fully cannot believe you went out of your way to do that.
I don't know if I did anything like that because my parents, by the time I hit my parents were pretty strict until like right around middle school where they were like, okay, fine. Like after that one time, Anna's like when I went to the mall with our friend group and Anna's mom trailed behind us, that was like the first time I went to the mall with my friends, and my mom was like, okay, you didn't die, maybe you'll be okay. So I never really had that, but I definitely do remember seeing people. But like I don't know.
I'm gonna hang up with my friend.
I think middle school and like I would say even more than high school, middle school is like your peak. Like I'm on top of the world. I'm so cool. Oh, and then like give it like a year and you cry. You're like, oh my goodness, why did I act like that? But it's no shade to anyone who did it. Like we all did this. It's just a part of life, you know. And it's harmless for the most part, so it's not like we're not bashing anyone. If you write Wattpad novels, good for you.
I'm sure they're very good, and if they are not misogynistic and have good grammar, please send them my way. I would be happy to read your high school slice of life books.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's all we have. Any last points you want to give? Like one sentence.
I think it is a rite of passage for everyone to be cringy or go through a cringy phase. If you didn't go through a cringy phase, I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all. I don't want to.
There's so many kids now though. Like I see kids.
Okay,
that are,
but
like,
this is gonna be
younger than us.
This is gonna be their cringy phase. Their cringy phase is gonna be acting older like this. That's their cringy phase.
Really?
I will accept that when they are our age, they're gonna look back and say, "Wow, I can't believe I tried so hard to be 16." And now I'm 16, and now I hate life.
They know how to do eyeliner and stuff.
I know, okay, but like that type of eyeliner is gonna be outdated when they're our age, so it's fine.
Maybe you're just following the trends. Maybe you're just like, because like the way we dressed in middle school was like the trendy thing, I guess.
No, it was like it was like trying to replicate the trendy clothes because I don't know, like no offense to middle schoolers now, but you can tell that they're not exactly like following the trends perfectly. Do you know what I mean? They're like
that's true.
But they're trying to like emulate it. but
I
they're
guess
like,
that's what
but
middle
they're like
school is.
12. So yeah, it's like they're gonna think it's cringy
Yeah.
because the
Okay.
entire principle of like being cringy, I guess, as a middle school kid is just, I guess, trying to be a teenager because you like, or trying to be cool, and in your mind that being cool is like being a 16-year-old, but you're like 12.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Yeah.
I find peace in knowing that in a few years the 12-year-old kids are gonna regret it. But okay, no, but there are some people that don't have cringy faces, and I don't trust them at all. I don't trust them.
Right?
Like, not
I
even.
see it more and more now. Like they don't, like more kids don't have cringy faces.
I feel like it builds character. Without a cringy face, I feel like you're. I feel
Maybe
like
that's why I'm such a strong person. My cringy face is so strong, like green hair and all.
Ooh, we are.
Oh, we're not gonna get into
check out our
green hair
Instagram.
face.
We're gonna add pictures of Kayla's green hair. That's what we're.
No, we're oh no, my goodness. Okay, we'll see. Anna, do you have anything you want to share just before we close off?
Nope. Summed it up pretty well.
Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Rants. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Calf Combos Podcast. Maybe you'll see a few photos of us from our earlier years. Be sure to subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. Follow us if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.